Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Right, just now, if I allude to what Michael mentioned, I think in a preview setting like this, as you all will be aware, is not just to know about the content that the actual one-day wealth planning workshop or the 3-day masterclass is about. I think what you all want to know is also about me, my range of experiences, and my years of experiences, and what I can bring to the table to benefit you in your learning journey. So my conviction is this: the message, the real message is not just the message itself, but the life of the messenger, how I live my life, and what I've done in the past and what am I doing now that can be current, relevant, and of value to all of you. So if you look, as I hear of all of your introduction and why you're here, allow me to share a bit about myself. So I think today, beyond the slides, maybe you want to pick up number one is, who am I? How am I? Why am I doing all this? And am I someone that you want to press in a little bit more during the 1 day or 3 day or the 5 days that we can learn from each other? I won't say you learn from me, but we can learn from each other. So number one, about me. Number two, of course, is the content itself, right? Then you can ask at different strategic level and even tactical level. From the trending, like just now one of you asked, then about my practice management, my clientele management, the investment strategy, investment portfolio management methods, or even product comparison. So at different echelon, feel free to do that. But because today is just 2 hours, we can't go through all of them. I've tried to compress 8 days into 3 days, 3 days into 1 day, 1 day now into like 1.5 hours. So it's very compressed. So I'll be quite generic in some ways, but feel free to ask any specific question. All right. Yeah, Darren, I just saw you say you can't talk now, Roger Raman. Thanks for your message. Now, besides knowing about me, the person, number two, then number three, at the end, hear about the offer that we have, the funding scheme, so that you can see which scheme works for you, including for alumni. We have a great deal for you. All right. So then with that, you know how much you need to pay, then to learn from who and learn about what. So I hope you all can catch these 3 things. Okay, so just a quick one about myself. So I have earned most of the professional titles that's available in Singapore from a CFP, like Michael is now doing module 1 and 4. And I'm thankful to say that Finity Academy is one of the main approved education provider for this professional course, Certified Financial Planner, that's globally renowned. All right, you have a CFP, you go to any country, people recognize a CFP. So I'm a CFP, I'm a CHFC as well, Chartered Financial Consultant. Then of course we have a Certified Cash Flow Professional, CKP. Then we have this fellow Chartered Financial Practitioner. It was available for a short period of time. Now they relaunched it. It's still available. I'm also very passionate estate planning. I earned some estate planning titles. Not so much of collecting the titles. I'm really keen to learn in all these areas in financial planning. Now I joined the line almost 25 years ago. Right, so this year was my 24th year anniversary. Joined since 2001 as a fresh graduate. Right. So if you are a practitioner or if you are keen to considering to join this line, this is an amazing career. This is my first career until now. So I've never changed job until now. I joined as a fresh graduate. I do not have a lot of contacts. I do not have all the ex-colleagues, wealthy people. I'm not born with a silver spoon. My dad is a hawker. My mom is a full-time homemaker. My mom has never stepped foot into a school at all in her entire life. But now today she can read Chinese characters. That's amazing of her. So we come from humble beginning. So I have to earn my first dollar, earn my first million, earn my now multi-million. So I'm very thankful for this opportunity in this career, in this industry, that I can build my business and build my family and build myself. So most of my clientele includes successful professionals. Hang on, sorry, don't mind. Let me go back. Successful professionals and executives. Quite a number are business owners like myself and ourselves and high net worth individuals. Now, my area of expertise, I'm not like insurance expertise alone or insurance expert alone. So it should be all areas of personal wealth advisory. I should be able to handle most of your queries. But I don't need to go and buy shares. I don't need to go and choose funds. There's portfolio managers that we assign and delegate such a task to. But I understand how portfolio management works and whether the portfolio manager is doing a good job or not. I will be able to comment on that. But I focus more on relationship and the strategic approach to design your retirement portfolio rather than picking funds, right? Now, then next is Nearer to what I'm doing now as a trainer, I've been a CHFC and CFP lecturer for more than 10 years. Probably, I think 14, 15 years really as an industry lecturer in professional courses. So I've developed many frameworks, which today you'll hear some of them. Quite a number are proprietary, more than 40 are proprietary out of 200 over ideas and concepts, and quite a number are registered trademarks already. So we have went into the IPOS and get all this done. So we are quite proud of the work that we have done. All right. Now, like many of you here that I know you personally because you are, my students and alumni. I serve in many non-profit organizations and communities locally and overseas. So I'm quite big in giving back. So I'm a trainer and a coach, not just an advisor. I'm still giving back to national service. So I'm not an ex-regular, but I have continuously served beyond the 10 years national service reservist requirement. So when I was a NSF, so thankfully selected in OCS and won Sword of Honor, which is the top cadet in that batch and the best in knowledge. So as an NS man, not a regular, so I won some NS Man of the Year award. The unit that I belong to won some best NS unit. I took over as a commanding officer of the next unit, and we won the best NS unit 2 years in a row. Along the way, was sent for several advanced courses. More noteworthy was this Command and Staff College, Gold K Suite Command and Staff College, where I won the Distinguished Graduate Award. Then some years back, won the SAF NS Man of the Year award, pardon me. So if you're wondering what's my rank now, I'm now a colonel in the Army, serving in the Combined Arms Division as a Chief of Staff. Right, so for those ladies out there, if you're wondering what's a colonel, so it's 3 crests, right? 3 crests. This is the highest possible rank that a non-regular NS man can attain. Next above me is a 1-star general, which is my boss. So I went way beyond the 10 years requirement. Most of us need to serve 2 years full-time and 10 years NS, right? To date, is my 29th year as a soldier, more than 25 years as an NS man already. So these are some old photos, so old pictures. NS Man of the Year, promotion as to a colonel. And 2 years back, won a state award. So some public administration medal. Right, so very thankful for this journey. Just I mentioned about some volunteering background. So I continuously volunteered locally and overseas. So overseas, specifically, me and my wife, we co-lead a missions ministry in our church. And we have, I think not 40, I think this year we're 50 to 60 overseas mission trips involving more than 200 committed members. We send more than 1,000 volunteers overseas. Personally, I'll travel about once a month, and I'll continue to raise leaders to help me to lead more mission trips, right? Now, some of you may be wondering, if you do so many things, you're a practitioner, then you teach, then you NS, and then you sure not? Then you must be single, right? No, I'm married. Then married must be no kids, right? Yeah, I still have kids. Your kids must be grown up, right? They're still young. So I even developed, a 3-account budgeting system for school-going kids, right? So some of the volunteer works that I've been doing in Singapore and overseas, all right? So now planning one overseas open air crusade, maybe about 3,000 to 5,000 or hopefully 7,000 over people overseas in the month of September. So these are some works I'm doing locally and overseas. So what's my story? In the gist of all the pictures I can summarize in this one page, I hope to live a purpose-driven life. So all of us are made with identity, and hence we are made to fulfill a certain calling and purpose in our life. In our earlier years, we need to take time to discover our own gifting and talent. After a while, we settle already, then I think then the inertia should be there, that we are driven, we are focused, that motivated, inspired to fulfill what we are called to do in our life. So that's my conviction, all right? So I'm an industry leader and practitioner. I'm still practicing. My personal production is not my main source of income, but the reason I still go through the rigor of doing it so that I'm sharp, I'm still current, so that I can still impart and teach the industry practitioners like yourself, right? Besides practicing, I'm also a senior partner in a local FA firm. I'm a lecturer in professional courses, including cash flow, which the preview is about. So I'm a senior leader in the Army. I personally lead about 1 trip per month, volunteer locally overseas, family with young kids. So I want to lead a purposeful life in all these areas that I'm called into. Not all are called into all these areas in the way I am. I've been praying that hopefully I'm not, but I'm still am. So I want to try my best to do all of this. So in a way, I have been put in such a position, and hence I am able to, in a way, advise, mentor, guide younger rising business owners and professionals who still need to raise up a family or young family. How do they manage them? How do they prioritize? How do they order their life? I can give some comments on that because I'm deeply involved in managing my own life in this intensive manner. But yet, I can still do a monthly outing with each my kid one-to-one. And every quarter, I have 1 week of personal retreat. And I still can do 2 overseas trips with my wife without kids. Still can be done. How to do that? So later on we can share, and then if you ask questions, then that's about time management, purpose management. So I want you all to have a feel about me, not just the content that I can teach, right? I'm sure you can ask me many questions. So this is how I started, and this is where I am. So I started trying to survive, still meet my clients outside of the office. But today, 95% of my clients come to my office to meet me. Then through COVID, I made a conscious decision. I convert all to Zoom, which is a trade-off that I decided to do because face-to-face in my office is to my advantage, is better. So for you who still focusing on this as your main career, you should learn to do that. And I'm happy to teach you in the 3+2, the 2-day client practice management workshop. But today, I made a conscious decision to meet them on Zoom so that I save my time, because this is not my main business, nor my main source of income. I want to trade effectiveness for time. Now, then I used to take 1 whole year to earn 1 year's production. Then I optimized it to become 9 months. I further tightened it to become 6 months. And finally, almost master, I won't say perfected it, that I was able to, in 3 months, replicate what I previously took 1 whole year to do. Now, my dear friends, if you can do that, listen to me carefully. You're able to reproduce a 1 year's production in 3 months. We call it a miracle quarter. You have 2 options, my dear friends. Option number 1, you can quadruple your income. You can repeat this 4 times. You have 4 quarters in a year. So you can earn 4 times the income. That time, that 1 quarter that represents 1 whole year, my income then was 250K. If you quadruple that, that's a $1 million a year. Option number 2, you maintain this 1 quarter's effort. Not necessarily January to March, you can scatter it throughout the year. But you have 9 months left, not to earn more money, but to pursue your personal interests. So you have 2 options where you can optimize and compress your practice in this manner. So guess which method I chose? What do you all think? Option 1, I quadruple my income, or option number 2, I use my remaining 9 months to pursue my personal interest. Can I have a show of hand? Who says it's option 1? Raise your hand. I earn 4 times. Okay, who says option number 2? I use my 9 months to pursue my personal interest. Wave your hand. Option 2. Okay, most of you chose option 2. So the correct answer is yes, I chose option number 2. Yes, so thanks, Michael, and thanks to the rest who participate. For those of you, yeah, feel free to participate. Iris also, thank you for participating. So I chose option 2. In a way, this is what I would have done anyway, or it was also organic growth that when I optimize it, my portfolio in other areas, army, training, overseas trips increased at the same and in tandem now. So I'm very thankful that now today I optimize my productive year to be 3 to 4 months of my year. I'm able to reproduce enough income. I could have earned more, but there's no best time to serve, to give, to love, to care, and then to minister. So hence I decided that I don't want to wait till when I'm 75, 85, then okay, I got time, I got money, then I serve the Lord. So I wanted to do it early. And hence this is my life. Could I have been a multi-millionaire much earlier? Probably so, but I'm very thankful for my current position. So you can see the way I'm able to do that, and now hopefully impacting all of you, making a difference locally or overseas. I'm not just surviving, I'm not just successful, I hope successful, I'm not just trying to be significant in my life. The real deal was because I was able to transform my practice. Now, then how can all of us transform our practice? And today I'll share a few tips that you can consider to transform your practice. Okay, so I know some of you choose to pay a little bit for the card. Some of you, most of you, maybe you prefer not to have a card or your alumni, but please, it's still copyright, strictly no photo taking or screenshot. Please do not do audio recording or video recording, right? hope you can respect that. But feel free to take notes as much as you like and ask me any questions. Okay, so the first key I realized about finance is simplified sophistication. Simplified sophistication. I know some of you can't on video, but some of you can unmute. Can you all help me to do me this favor? Indulge in me, like, you know, I feel I'm talking to myself for 1.5 hours. Can you all unmute? At the count of 3, all right? When I say 1, 2, 3, at the count of 3, you say simplified sophistication. Can or not? Can? For those who without video on, but you can unmute, also do the same, can? Okay. At the count of 3, say simplified sophistication. 1, 2, 3, go.
Simplified sophistication.
Wow, thank you so much. All right, you can mute back really. Really, you're so nice. You're indulged in me. They ask you all to unmute, you all did it. Okay, thank you so much. Wow. Iris, thank you, Renette. Thank you, Michael, also. Shelling also. Yeah, thanks, Daphne, Yume, and thanks, Judy. So thanks, Winston, also. Simplified sophistication. I want you all to capture this. A lot of things in life is complex, especially finance, very complex. I've been a finance student all my life. I enjoy math as a subject when I'm studying. When I went to degree, my tertiary education, I studied banking and finance. Then before I graduate, I cleared my almost 5 out of 6 module of CFP before I joined the industry. So my whole life is finance. I want to say something about, you know, concepts or knowledge. It's not difficult to add more things, though. You add more examples, add more things, but it's not easy to simplify things, you see. So simplified sophistication is sort of the key. We, myself included, are always on an ongoing lifelong journey to simplify things around in our life so they can frame it up. Okay, so Albert Einstein said it quite well. If you cannot explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Now, when you ask someone a question, then he say a lot of things, B, say a lot of things. Okay, he understands something, but it's not sharp enough. But when you turn to another person, you ask him the same question. Sometimes he can express it so simply and sometimes quite witty, quite funny one. Then you have to think and ponder, quite true what he said and how he said it. Wow, so interesting. No, wait. Although you may laugh at it, but he's not a joker, no. That means he really understands that the depth of the content so well that he's able to express it like a quotable quote, like a mantra, like a motto. He's able to express it simply. That guy has a mastery of the knowledge, and we should strive to achieve that. So Henry Ford said, thinking is hard work. That's why most of the people under his company are just working instruction taker. He spent more than 90% of his time pacing around in his office. There's a season of his life. Doing what? Doing thinking work. He said, if you don't think, nobody's thinking. Everybody's just doing. They just wait for instruction and do. But we have to think, right? So a leader need to do that. If the leader don't think, nobody's thinking. So let me give an analogy. For my alumni, I think you all know the answer. But for the rest, let me ask you a question like Winston and Trudy and the rest, right? And Renette, Timothy, Michael, also Darren, also Victor, also. Okay. Imagine this scenario, Winston, Trudy, and the rest. If I throw to you 1,000 pieces of jigsaw puzzle, 1,000 pieces of jigsaw puzzle, okay? Can you share with me which are the important pieces? You can unmute, you can type in Zoom chat, which is the most important piece or which are the important pieces? For those who know the answer, you wait first. All right, for those who don't know, okay, Timothy say corner. Timothy, thank you so much for responding. Okay, the corners, come, more answers. You can unmute. Okay, Michael say the edge, okay. Okay, Winston or Trudy, feel free to unmute, yeah. Trudy say corner or the middle, okay. Come, some more. More answers, everyone, you can type a bit. Shelly say usually you start from the edge, okay, thanks for responding. Okay. You all can continue to type. I'll continue. I'll proceed. To share. There are generally 2 types of answers. One is a more technically correct one. The corner, the edges, the technically. Then after that, same color together. Okay, then hopefully from the picture, right? Now, some is the more philosophical one, not the technical one. Technical is corner, edges, and same color. The philosophical one is what? The first piece to get started. The last piece to finish what is started. Signal, you cannot complete the picture. So it's more philosophical slant, which is what Timothy just said. All pieces. You know, you cannot complete the picture, correct? So which means it's most important? Every piece is important. So you can see that there are two angles to answer my question, the technically correct or the philosophically correct. But the answer I'm looking for is beyond these two. What is the most important piece from this 1,000 piece jigsaw puzzle? The answer, drum roll, is the 1,001 piece. Is it A? The jigsaw puzzle only 1,000 piece, eh? How come you got one more piece? What is the one extra piece? Timothy got the right answer. It is the picture. You mean you're right, the frame, the picture. Can you see? Truly, can you see? Winston, can you see? Imagine I give you 1,000 pieces of jigsaw puzzle and you don't know the picture. Wow. Hair pulling experience, right? Very frustrating, right? You take out a blue piece. Is it a blue sky or blue sea? Don't know. Is it a blue car or blue dress? Don't know. Blue building or blue teacup? You also don't know. Just a blue piece. Very frustrating. So this is the general experience of many clients and financial advisors in finance. One whole life, what term, what shield, what unit trust, what share, what, it's like one piece. You don't know the full picture. Then you just bring out one piece. That one piece is just one product. That one product is part of the whole framework. But where does it fit in? Don't know. It's just one piece. So hence, it's very important to know the frame, the picture. That is probably, to me, the most important piece. Otherwise, you go through a very frustrating experience. Now, imagine you don't have the picture. Can you still form the final picture? Maybe, yes, you take your time, fit. But our real financial planning picture is not a real 1,000 piece where you know that you haven't completed it. In our real financial picture, sometimes you thought you are comprehensively covered or invested, but there's one or two lobang that you do not know. It's your blind spot. Why? Because you don't have the frame to guide you in the first place. So hence, it's very important that we start with a frame. Then with the frame and the picture in finance, then it gives us a guidance, a common picture, a common vision. Then you know where you're going. Then you know the existing pieces fit where. And then you know where are the gaps. And then you can focus and zoom in to cover the gap. Because you now begin with the end in mind. Now, easier said than done, right? This one-page picture. So today, I'm going to share with you one simplified framework, not the fully developed one. The one you come for the one-day wealth planning, you will receive that. But at least today is a simplified one. Okay, so we all want to be financially free. Today, if I ask all of you, how many of you want financial freedom? I'm sure all of you will raise up your hand. Very good. Yeah, we all want. You may want, I want, Winston want, Trudy want, Delphine want, everyone wants. So, but we need to have a concept and a framework to that. So let's ask ourselves, what is financial independence? Most people would not disagree, or they will agree that it's a home plus X dollar. But this is too overly simplified. So I want to break up the X dollar into different components. So stay with me, my friends. The first component that I want to break up the X is into, number one, a basic essential retirement income for life. I speak slowly. Basic essential or essential retirement income for life. That means these are your basic needs, not your good to have. These are your must have. You, colloquial term, die must have one, cannot make do without. And you need it for the rest of your life. Many people, when you plan financial planning, many people will say, oh, I want to retire $5,000. I want to retire $8,000 per month. Equivalent of today, they put in inflation to the future. Oh, I want to retire $10,000 per month. Okay, good, nice number. When do you want to retire? Oh, 40 years old, 45 years old. I want to retire young. I want to retire rich. Who don't want to retire young? Who don't want to retire rich? But there's a huge portion of this desire that are luxury, good to have, not must have. So I am not here, listen carefully, I'm not here to pour cold water, dampen your hope, make your vision smaller. No, you keep your big, audacious goal. What we want is clarity. Listen carefully. Clarity of your big, audacious goal. How much of the big, audacious goal are must have, not the good to have? Must have, not the good to have. Why do I strategically categorize these two? Because your investment strategy towards what is must have versus towards what is good to have will be quite different. Understand? Investment strategy, there are proven strategy, tested methodology, correct? Proven and tested. Will it earn you super high, ridiculous rate of return? No, but they'll give you reasonable rate of return. But there's also investment strategy that's untested and unproven. They may give you ridiculously high return, but you're also subjected to very high risk, right? So hence, if we can frame or categorize investment strategies, not talk about product strategies, into these two types of strategies, proven and tested versus unproven and untested. Question, which strategy should we deploy for our essential? Which strategy is more suitable for our luxury? I think we don't need to ask a question around. All of us will agree that we should use proven and tested strategies and methodologies for our essential needs. We should not use unproven and untested for essential. Then maybe if we have spare, then we can take some extra risk. And if we do well, then we can have some luxury. So today, a lot of people, just such simple logic, right? They don't really do well in their financial planning. For example, they use unnecessary high-risk strategy or instrument in their attempt to achieve their essential needs. Number two, they don't even know their essential needs cost how much. Then how do you work backwards that how much must you invest into a normal 5 to 7% return for your future essential? Because when you ask them, Mr. Tan, if you want to retire, what's your desired income? Or 8K, 10K. Where would you prefer to retire or retire early 50? Wow, that mixed in with essential and luxury, all mixed together already. Then you work backwards, wow, must invest $5,000 per month. Wow, then I can retire. Wow, this is an unethical, commission-driven insurance agent who want to sell me that product for you to earn a lot of commission. Then it's like, hey, Mr. Tan, this number you give one ma. Then they go into the closing technique lah, try to, suggest the product is very good lah, ask them to cut expenses lah, squeeze out the number for them. No. I'm not a sales agent. I'm a professional planner. I want to really surgically look at your future needs, categorize into essential versus luxury. That essential, we will use proven strategies and tested methodologies that will probably earn you reasonable rate of return, 5 to 7, 6 to 8% return for your essential needs. Now, after you have done it, my dear friends, after you've done it, should you still have spare cash? See, remember, I did not say that I want to dampen your mood, make your goal smaller, reduce your vision. No. You keep your big audacious goal, but I just want to know how your big goal, how much, which component are essential, the rest are luxury. I just want a clear categorization so that I know that this essential, this will be the foundation for your future. We will use the right strategy to build this foundation. Then if you have spare, anything goes. You can invest risky, you can give away, you can bless people, you can buy a lot of things for yourself, doesn't matter. Even you want to take very high risk that you normally don't take, so that if it does well, then you retire earlier or retire better. If you don't do well, thankfully your base is there. So can you see the wisdom of separating your X into essential versus luxury? It will, number one, direct your investment strategies and options to cut into essential, to cut into proven and tested versus unproven, untested. Okay, just to drive home the point, can anyone down here think of an instrument that's quite common now and quite popular actually, but they're unproven, untested? Maybe you get very high return, but also can crash badly. Can you all name one or two? Either unmute or type into a Zoom chat. Unproven, untested. Very high risk, and maybe potentially very high return, but can't be very high risk. Thank you so much, Michael. You got my drift ready, Bitcoin, and it's very common. Now, would that outperform the normal stocks and shares and model portfolio? Yes, probably, but it can also crash badly. The golden question to ask all of us is this. Are you prepared, listen carefully, are you prepared to subject the success of these essential needs to this strategy? Then you pause and think. Oh, Bitcoin very good, crypto very good, maybe Bitcoin very good. Okay, good. Oh, my friend, restaurant very good. Okay, good. Okay, this stocks and shares very good. Okay, good. Everything that your friends say, you read newspaper, you see people get, okay, very good. You ask this golden question to test. Are you prepared to subject the success of this essential component? You must have, cannot make do without, die must have to this particular strategy or that particular instrument. or this particular person who claimed he can repeat his success? If you can't, then that is not a proven and tested strategy. Stocks and shares is a proven asset class, but put in the hands of someone who just attended a 3-day class after a preview in Facebook, is proven asset class in an unproven fund manager who's your friend. You understand? So the asset class can be good, but in whose hand? A Honda Mercedes can drive very well, but in which driver's hand? You give a car key to a 5-year-old, then jialat lah. You give an experienced driver, it's different. Can you see? So it's not just the asset class itself, the strategy put together and the person running it. So all these are the considerations to validate, proven, and tested. All right. Okay, so I think you'll get my drift. Thank you so much for participating. But the X dollar is not just essential versus luxury, there are more. So because you split into essential and luxury, it also not just help you to differentiate proven, tested, unproven, untested. Secondly, it also frames the type of product packaging. Listen carefully. Type of product packaging. What do you need for your essential need? You need it for the rest of your life. Agree? Essential, you need it for the rest of your life. Luxury, you don't need it for the rest of your life. So it's not just a strategy and a methodology to grow towards your future lump sum, but as you enter into your retirement at 60, 65, 70, it has to be transferred, exited, rearranged, revamped into not growth anymore, but a stream of income, but lasts for how long? For the rest of your life. Now then question, do you have income that will last for the rest of your life? Are you recommending to your client's product that will pay income for the rest of their life? So that's number one. Essential needs, we need it for the rest of our life. Luxury ones, don't need. Luxury, if I can last 5-10 years, I spend 5-10 years lah. But after I run out of money, doesn't matter. But essential cannot. It cannot like end at 85, then I still survive that how. It cannot end at 90, then I'm still around that how. It cannot end at 92, 93. What if I live until 98? My grandmother passed away after 100. And that's 2 generations before me. So probably my mom might be 110, 115, I don't know. Then about me, I don't know. So you can see it's increasing life expectancy. So number one, essential needs not just frame the way we grow, but also frame how we transit into the end product, frame certain product. Number one, retirement income for life. Number two, would you agree with me that for luxury ones, if it's eroded by inflation, it's okay. But essential needs cannot. You have to beat inflation or at least mitigate inflation. If you cannot follow exactly, at least you have some form of methodology to mitigate. If inflation is 3, you grow at 2, okay lah, better than nothing. If inflation is 3, you grow at 4, wow, very good, well done. But if inflation is 3 or 4 and then you're growing at 0 or 1, wow, then it's eroded by inflation. Then your essential needs will over time, especially in the increasing life expectancy context, the tail end of your life, your original 3-5K become like 2-3K only, very little. And this is okay for your luxury, but not okay for your not okay for your essential needs. So number one, your essential needs must pay you income for life. Number two, it must mitigate or beat inflation. Number three, it has to be market resistant. For luxury, once market go up, you spend more, market crash, you don't spend, it's okay lah, you won't die. But for essential needs, market go up, you can spend, market go down, you still need to spend because they are your essential needs. So I want to summarize this part a little bit lah. We break out into 2 phases of our investment horizon. One is growing our wealth, accumulating our wealth towards our retirement. Number 2 is during our retirement, how should our investment looks like? So the first stage, number 1, growing towards, by cutting your X dollar into essential versus luxury, by cutting into these 2, it gives you wisdom and guidance on the kind of strategy that you should use. You should use proven strategies and tested methodology. To answer this question on proven and tested, you must attend a 3-day class. One of the day I fully dedicate to talk about this on day 2 of the 3-day class. All right. So growing your wealth, you need to put into proven and tested, all right, in order to grow your wealth. On only the essential needs, luxury ones, anything goes. But when you enter into retirement or a few years before entering into retirement, you have to exit or transit into a type of product or types of products that number one, pay you income for life. Number two, mitigate inflation. Number three, market go up or down, you can be paid. There is market resistance. So that's the context to frame it during your retirement. So before retirement, proven and tested. During your retirement, meet these three conditions. Now, Michael asked a very good question. It's in the Zoom chat. Does it mean that we should take CPF life escalating plan? Yes and no. There's pros and cons. So first, CPF life versus private annuity, there's already a difference. Then I zoom into the CPF life part. First of all, is CPF life good? Good. In fact, it's very good. It's extremely good. I'm thankful to Singapore government for coming up with MediShield Life, this CashShield Life supplement, as well as CPF Life. So you can see all the life, what? That means they are considering or increasing life expectancy. So I'm thankful for that. But it's still imperfect, just like all private products, imperfect, all government products also imperfect. What's the imperfection in the CPF Life? From 55 to 65, you earn the 4% retirement account guaranteed. But from 65 onwards, right, interest earner is added to the common pool. It's not accredited individually to your name. So depending when you die, your real return, effective real return might be below 4%, 2 point something, 3 point something. So that's number one. It may be lower yield than the private annuity. Okay, it may be lower, but if you live a very long life, then it may be a higher yield. Oh, this is like, you cannot take a bet on how long you live, then you make this kind of decision. So that's number one, the real return is not exactly guaranteed 4%. It's not. 55 to 65 years. But after 65, it's not. Number one. Number two is what's in cannot come out. In cannot come out. So there's liquidity issue. Is it a good product? Yes, it's good. It's guaranteed by government and all those stuff. Although the yield might be a bit lower than some private annuity, but in cannot come out. What if you suddenly emergency, whether it's financial crisis or medical crisis, you need 100K, 200K, 300K. What is in cannot come out. So you don't have liquidity. Private annuity, you may earn a slightly higher return, you may earn a slightly lower return, but it's there about 3-4% one. It's around there, but there's liquidity. All right. Of course, there are some dividend paying portfolio that now can give you 5, 6, 7% return. They'll be better than CPF Life. So there's pros and cons in going to CPF Life, but it's still good. Now, the third is, even if you love it so much, there's only a cap that you can top up into. So hence, beyond that, you still have to buy private annuity. So these are, should you or should you not, private annuity versus CPF Life. But the portion that you go into CPF Life, okay, there's basic, standard, and escalating. Now, so Michael said, then should we take escalating? Because I presume you're referring to my point number 2, must beat inflation. There are 2 ways to beat inflation. Point number 1 is what Michael just said. Buy a plan that pay you increasing income. That's one way to beat inflation, very logically. But usually it start very low. Then you don't know how long you live. The other way, which is not as neat, but it's still a method of beating inflation, is you overfund in the earlier years. Although the design is still flat, but you overfund in the earlier years. So with the gradual erosion through inflation, it's still not so bad. And with the extra, you can even manually reinvest. So for example, using CPF Life as a case, then you can go for standard, for example. Then even with inflation eroding your standard, it is still not so bad. There will be a break-even crossover point, of course. Then the earlier years that the standard has beyond the escalating, the extra, you can always reinvest on your own. So this is another method of beating inflation. Not necessarily you must use a product design that die increase payment. It can be a flat payment so long as you overfund. And when you overfund, you buy yourself time before it's being eroded. Number 2, you can reinvest the difference manually. So why do we need to do that? Because not all instrument, whether it's in CPF or private, that will is being designed in such a way to pay you incremental payment. And in some cases they do, but it's not lifetime. So we have to mix and match what's available in the marketplace to piece together the complete picture that will work for you. Thanks, Michael, for your thumbs up. So I know that you got it already. Then move on. Thanks, Michael. Now, so can you see, just by splitting the X into these 2 parts, makes a lot of wisdom on how you grow your wealth using what strategy proven has tested, and you exit into this a range or a type of products that can meet these 3 conditions. All right. Now, then anything extra, whatever you want to do, give away, spend, buy yourself a gift, bless your family members, give to charity, or invest into ridiculously high risk or high return, doesn't matter. I want to say something here. By settling your essential needs first, you are creating a safe environment to take risks. I say again, by settling your essential need first, you are creating a safe environment to take risks. This will free you up into many, many options in your life for if you want to take risks. Now, how come in life we can do the accelerating things in life, like, for example, bungee jumping, skydiving, rock climbing, scuba diving, exciting things? How come we can enjoy all these exciting things in life? Because there are safety measures in place. So in finance, it's the same. If you put in place this safety buffer, your next dollar is free for you to save today, spend today, give away today, or invest even more aggressively than what you may normally not do. Why? Because this is your spare cash. You have laid a foundation. Now, today I don't have time, but in the module, the one-day workshop, as well as the 3 days master class, I will share with you your 1% more from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. The 1% more is a lot more at the higher end. What do I mean by that? From 1% to 2% is only 1% more, right? It's only a little bit more because it's a low end. But from 9% to 10%, also 1% more. Well, that 1% is a lot more. So hence, when we have spare cash, we can a bit more bold, should you want to put into those riskier instruments. If one fail, 2 fail, 3 fail, 4 fail, but the 5th one succeed, wow, congratulations, you'll be crazy rich. But should you embark onto that using your initial dollar before you even lay your essential needs? Maybe not. So hence, the earlier we get started with settling our essential needs, the earlier we resolve that, the earlier we have the next dollar to go for a high risk or to give away to charity. All right. So I expanded a lot on your X dollar into essential versus luxury and the wisdom behind it. But let's continue. How about when you enter into retirement, would you agree that there's still some basic needs for insurance? Yes. The answer is yes. There's still some need for, we immediately can think of 4 already. Number 1, your medical, which is your MediShield Life plus your integrated shield plan and the various type of riders. Please have one. After your retirement, you still need, okay. Number 2, in fact, you need it for life. Number 2 is what? Long-term care, which is what we always call the 3 out of the 6 or 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living. So what product do we buy from here? Our CareShield Life supplement, which you can again use your CPF Medisave to pay part of it. How about the third one? Critical illness. In some cases, early critical illness. You still need this for the rest of your life, past retirement. Then number 4, personal accident. In case you fall down, whatever. And then the 5th one is all the remaining miscellaneous general insurance on a need basis. If your house and home content, and fire, if your car, then motor, if you travel, then travel, and so on and so forth. Those are the miscellaneous general insurance that on a need basis we should have. So can you see out of all these, right? Question, although we need it post-retirement, do you also concurrently need it now? The answer is yes. And question, can you afford to wait till when you retire, then you start buying all your medical, long-term care, critical illness? Cannot, right? Maybe your heart beat faster, urine taste sweeter, blood become thicker, and too late to buy already. So hence, insurance is like that. You have to insure your insurability. You have to get started now. Just like investment, the earlier you start, the better the compounding for you. Insurance is the same. Although I'm not here to try to sell you an insurance policy like typical sales agent, but we all acknowledge that we need some basic coverage, even for the rest of our life. So can you see the X dollar is not just growing your wealth, essential versus luxury. The X dollar also include what do you need, not just for now, but for the rest of your life in terms of basic healthcare. So you need your medical, long-term care, you need your CI, you need your PA, and then some GIs. As a basic, but if you're still young now, you have a house not fully paid, you have a homemaker at home, you have children, you have parents, then your needs will be higher. But it will peak at a certain stage of your life and it will gradually go down as you approach retirement. So it's like a bell curve, it's not a flat line. Now, beyond all this, post our retirement, usually what will happen, we will usually leave behind a little bit of legacy for our next generation. Pause and look at this picture. Can you see how much further developed the normal home plus X dollar is into now these 5 key building blocks? You have a home fully paid, plus essential needs for life, and a luxury wants to enjoy your life a bit more, not forgetting your basic healthcare and to leave a legacy for next generation. This then is what I meant by a complete financial independence framework. And this is a miniaturized one, not the full version one. And this is what I meant by simplified sophistication. Not just home plus X, then sell your insurance policy or investment plan, and then jack up the retirement need to be very high and sell investment plan. It's not like that. So we are quite professional and quite intentional and meticulous to rationalize what part use what strategy. All right. Now, so I want to further simplify this. Can or not can? I want to call this a 5Ps. Okay, no time to unmute, but if you are here, I'll ask you to say 5Ps. 5Ps, okay? So what's the first P? Paycheck, your basic needs for the rest of your life, 5Ps. Number 2, your play check. All work and no play, make Jack and Jill down, right? So we must have a bit of fun, Maybe not a lot, just a bit. Then how about the next one? For our next generation, it's called post-dated check. I know nowadays people don't use check and they're going to face off check already. But if you have seen the check or you have written a check before, all right, so on the top right-hand side is a date. And today's date is 31st July. If today I put 1st August, tomorrow, can you go and bank in the check today? Cannot. Because it's late. It's called post-dated check. That means you can encash only later on. Isn't legacy like that? You encash only later on. So this is like a post-dated check. Then sometimes you have pain, then they pay you. That's called pain check. So just writing onto the pun of the letter P. Pay, play, post-dated, and pain check. Pain, then got check, insurance, planning. And finally, of course, your paid up property. By the time you enter into retirement, hopefully your property is fully paid, especially your residential property is fully paid. So then this is what I meant by further simplifying the 5 building blocks into 5Ps. Okay, I want to pause here. Are you all learning something? If you're learning something, wave your hand at me, yes? Okay, very good. Just like that, 1 hour, including introduction, I hope you have picked up something already. So you can imagine this over 1 full days, or this over 3 full days, or 5 full days. All right, so there are a lot more things I hope you can learn from me. All right, now, this is not the full version I mentioned. This is not the full version. Can you see that in order to start something, there's always cash flow flowing in. Your income less expenses is your savings, then flowing in. But it can be in the form of CPF rather than cash, in OA, SA, MediSave, or in other centralized schemes, like the recent SG voucher, GST voucher, or even when you go for the 1-day or 3-day wealth planning workshop, there's government funding. It's still funding, right? Yeah. So hence there are centralized schemes. So this is what I call the 3 Cs, cash, CPF, centralized scheme. That flows into either you call the 5Ps or you call the 4 Ws. It doesn't matter. And all these are influenced by what? Your life purpose. They will frame your calling and your priorities in life and how you manage your resources like money. Your money personality, which later on will play this game, will also allow you to know your personality, because that will influence the way you make money decisions. And your risk profile, are you high risk, low risk, or moderate risk? Do you need to take risk? Do you have the capacity to take risk? Do you have to take risk? Not just do you like to take risk. So can you see that these 3 Ps, 3 Cs, and the 4 Ws will add a different dimension to the earlier 5 Ps. So 5 Ps plus 3 Ps, 3 Cs, we will fit these 2 pages, this first page and the second page, into a blended master framework. And I call this the Journey of Wealth framework. It's all blurred out because today's is a free preview. So the understanding with stakeholders is I can't review this. So you all know lah. You'll come for the 1 day and 3 days, then this will be shared. All right. Now, so can you see that there's a proper structure to that? And you look carefully, this is W.E.A.L.T.H. And each letter stands for something to make it easy for you to remember and to apply. But notwithstanding, you have already seen the 5 Ps. It's integrated here, but there are other things inside there. All right. So with this, you'll see that this is a Journey of Wealth master framework as one of the frameworks that I'm going to teach over the 3 days and the 2 days. All right. And some of them in that simplified, shortened 1-day version. So with a framework, what is your value? What's the advantage of the power of a framework? Listen carefully. Number 1, there's co-creation of a common vision. No, when I first joined this line, my recruiting manager asked me to read this book. So you see, client are part of, when you have a co-creation, right, means what? Clients are part of building the plan, not just receiving the plan. Many times we say we are financial planners, we are financial advisors, then we like come up with the plan. No. You want the client to co-create the plan together, so that what, they increase the ownership, there's engagement, and there's trust in you. So this book that I was talking about is from Frank Badger. It's titled How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success. He said this, no, listen carefully. If you can get a man to see what is it that he really wants, his own desire, he himself will move heaven and earth to get it. I repeat again, if you can get a man and women to see what he really, really wants, his real desire, he realizes his desire, he himself will move heaven and earth to realize it, to get it. So you see, when you help your client to realize their own desire, their motivation becomes unstoppable. So I would rather let them see the big picture, co-create, they take ownership of the big picture, of their own picture, and they themselves will be the one now. I want to do it because this is my goal, my plan, not your plan, not your goal, not your recommendation, not the product you're trying to sell to me. Very different relationship that you have with your client. Now, number two, we have clarity of goals. So a shared vision brings focus. What is it that you want? Then let's achieve it together. Number three, you give your client confidence, because when they understand their plan rather than you trying to sell a product, they feel more secure in their decision and their future. Number four, there's coordination, because sometimes you need to work with family members, partners, business partners, and advisors, all work in harmony, including, I don't do everything. I'll outsource some of my work to insurance advisor, to investment advisor, to legal advisors, to accountant, and so on and so forth. So there's coordination, because the common picture is the same. We paint it together with the client. And finally, most clients will be committed to follow through. You know, the jigsaw puzzle cover page thingy, or rather the jigsaw puzzle, where there's 3 lobangs, 3 gaps in the 1,000 piece. You don't need the financial advisor to try to find the missing piece. The client themselves will feel so frustrated that how come there are 3 missing pieces? They want to cover their own gap. So when you co-create, let's say, a retirement picture with your client, so there's a common vision that's co-created, there's clarity of what they want, there's confidence that where they are, where they want to be, there's coordination because it's a common language, there is commitment from them that they want to meet their goals, because that's their own goals, not your goals. Not what you say, it's what they say together with you. I find this a very important first step with all of my clients, to co-create what is it that they want to achieve in their life, and not necessarily finance. It's their life goals. I want to see my kids go to uni. I want to go overseas to be a full-time missionary. I want to build a successful business. Oh, I'm very simple. I just want to secure financial, lifetime financial security for my parents and for myself. I'm a very simple person. Why? What is it and why you want? I will press in to really further understand their personal vision, then make it a common personal vision. Then that will drive everything else, because once they realize what they want, they themselves will move to want to achieve it. Now, question. One jigsaw puzzle, very hard to achieve. 1 page, simple, 3 minutes to explain, covers everything, and can tell a story. How much does a 1-page jigsaw puzzle cover worth? Or how much does it cost? What do you all think? If your financial advisor, it help you to clinch 1 deal, just 1 deal, how much do you think your 1 deal commission? Then after you learn, you can use it for many deals until the day you retire. So that's the value of the lifetime value of the jigsaw puzzle. But I just say 1 or 2 deals. Now, if you are not a financial advisor here, how much is your 1 month income? You just pay your 1 month income to manage your many months of income for the rest of your working life. How much is the 1-page jigsaw puzzle cost? I want you to type some number in the Zoom chat. Everyone just type a number. How much do you think is this worth? Is this worth? Some purposely lowball put $10 because you want me to charge you $10. No, it's just you feel how much is it really worth? It can help you to close 1 or 2 deals and close many deals for the rest of your career. it costs 1 or 2 months of your pay, but you can use this strategy to manage every month of your remaining working life. Okay, Timothy say priceless. I love this term. Okay, can you all type a number? I want all of you just type 1 or 2. You can put a range. 5 to 10K, 8 to 20K, 1 to 2 million, or whatever number are priceless, but put a number. Okay, Timothy, put your priceless number. Just try it. All right. Okay, come. I'd like to hear a number. Come. Okay, 10,000, Iris, thank you so much. Come, some more. 5,000, Email, thank you so much. Some more. Yeah, some more. Okay, some more. Some of you are still typing. Very good. Yeah, just a few more. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. So let me go back to the slides again. How much does it worth? Okay, let me share screen and okay, let me share screen again. Thank you so much for waiting. Okay, so how much is it worth? Got 10K, got prices 10K, got 5K, got 20 to 80K. As long as you're this slide, the number will keep increasing. Wow, Charlene, very good answer. Winston say 100,000 per month. Wow, I love this number. Okay, very good. Can you see that is the power of that one framework only, just that one page, right? And what not to mention that there are multiples of this. All right, so just keep it in mind all this number. Let me go into the next one. So what's our key number 1? Simplified sophistication, right? So very quickly, in the interest of time, what's number 2? I don't want you to just have a big picture simplified. I need you all to be able to implement it immediately, apply immediately in your career, in your own finances first, because as a financial advisor, you have to manage your own finances first, right? And then as a financial advisor in your clients' finances. I'm going to give you just one example. I have 200 over examples. I can only pick one. And for alumni here, some of you may have heard this a few times before, so be patient with me. Thank you so much. But I'm just going to pick a simple one, and it's the John and Mary story. All right, so I'm going to zoom into this. Now, incidentally, I'm not sure if you have noticed it. Although this framework is called the Journey of Wealth Framework. Can you see it? R.E.T. and so on. So this is called the Journey to Retire Framework. This is Journey for Legacy Framework, and this is a Journey of Health Framework. And I'm going to share 1, 2, 3, 4 frameworks in that one-day wealth planning workshop. Then I'll go into the details of this 4 framework in a 3-day master class. So each letter stands for something for their respective framework. But now I want to zoom into one of them called Journey to Retire, and one of them called the letter R. And of the letter R, there are 3 things, one of the R, all right? So I'm going to present these rules of compounding. So there are many rules of compounding, but I'm going to share only one, all right? Okay, so this is an illustration of John and Mary. Some of you heard this before, but you take this as a refresher. If not, then you can, in your mind, role play together, see whether your script is sharp since the first time you learned from me. So there's these 2 characters, let's assume, one called John, one called Mary. You can change the name, Jaden, Michelle is fine. Let's assume that they are 30 years old. It could be 25, could be 30, could be 35, could be any age, but the moral of the story remains the same. Let's assume John is 30, and he saved $1,000 per month, which means it's 12K per year. And he saved for how many years? Saved for 10 years. Mary, the same duration of time, she did not save a single cent. Maybe she party, she go holiday, maybe she buy a gift for her family members. Maybe, don't get me wrong, she may not be overspending. She may not be going into debt. It's just that she did not save, thinking that she's still young, and then it's a hard-earned money, she wants to enjoy her life. Nothing wrong with that. But let's take a closer look. John saved for 10 years, Mary did not save for the first 10 years. Then let's assume they met each other and love at first sight. Love at first sight, Cupid arrow shot through them. So husband and wife, who should pay for the household bills? Husband or wife? Oh, husband or wife? I tell you, if you do this in a client seminar, this is a fun moment. Then all the husband will look down. Then all the wife will, then one of the wife will surely say, okay, then the husband, okay, must be the one to pay for the bill. Okay, so let's say husband pay for the bill. So now John cannot be the one to save. He has to pay for all the household bills. Okay, now Mary is a good wife. Mary say, I'll be a supportive, encouraging wife. Whatever that you have been saving in the past, 1K per month, 12K per year, I will do the same. But you did it for 10 years, I will do it for 20 years. Now, can I have a show of hand? John saved for 10 years. Mary saved for 20 years. Who do you think have more money at the end of the day? Okay, you understand my question? Truly you understand? Winston, you understand? Ken, okay, Timothy, okay, huh? Okay, Victor, okay, Renette, okay. So can I have a show of hand? Who says John will have more money after 30 years? You can type in a Zoom chat whether John or Mary. Okay, can I have a show of hand? Who says Mary, 20 years will have more money? Wave your hand at me. Yes? There's no third option, only John or Mary. Okay, Trudy, maybe let me ask you, who do you think have more money, John or Mary?
think Mary.
You think Mary because it's 20 years, right? Okay, then Timothy, thanks for your answer. Wilson, thanks for answer. So maybe if I paraphrase that question, many of you are financial advisors, so you may roughly know the drift of what I'm trying to get at, so you roughly can guess the answer, right? But really, if you ask most clients who are not in finance, right? John 10 years, Mary 20 years. Majority of your clients may say what? Mary, just like what Trudy said. Mary, 20 years. So Trudy, do you know why I choose you? Because you're not my alumni. All my alumni know my answer. So most will say Mary, and you're not wrong, Trudy. However, let's look at the correct answer. John will save more than $500,000. Mary is about the same, Trudy, but actually slightly less than $500,000. What is striking, Trudy and the rest is John put in only 120K, Mary put in 240K. Wow. John, every dollar became $4.48. Mary, every dollar became $1.84. Now, wait, all of us and your clients work very hard for money, right? Yes? Yes. And we want our money to work hard for us, right? Yes? Yes. Which money is working harder, John or Mary? John. And you say, hey, what's the rate of return? What's the rate of return? I know there's a mental knot in your mind. It's all assuming at 6% rate of return. So same vehicle, John put at 6, Mary put at 6, same. So there's no difference in the vehicle. John simply started earlier. Yet his money worked harder for him. Every dollar became $4.48. Mary, every dollar became only $1.84 just by starting earlier. You can change the rate of return to be a different rate of return. The numbers will be different. But the moral of the story will still be John's money will work harder than Mary's money. No, some of you will be thinking, hey, Kim Ping cannot be lah. Mary 40 years old, still quite young, huh? Wow, the results so bad lah. What is the catch? What's the trick? How come that's it? What's the hack behind it? Okay, let me explain. You see, John, first dollar compound how many times? 12K times 6% is 1.06 mathematically speaking to the power of 30. Compound 30 times. If you remember your secondary school math, it's 12K times 1.6 to the power of 30. So it's not plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. It's not a slope. No? It's not a slope. It's a curve that becomes very steep at the end when it's exponential wealth creation, when it's power of 30. Because it's times 1.6 times 1.6 times 1.6, 30 times. Now, how about the second dollar? Compound how many times? 29 times. Third dollar, 28 times. Last dollar, compound still 21 times. Mary first dollar compound only 20 times. Mary last dollar compound only once. So question, if today you have 100,000 and you go to DBS Bank, Citibank, your favorite bank, question, will they give you last year's interest? Yes or no? No. They will not give you last year's interest. Means what? Listen carefully, my dear friends. Time loss is gone forever. And you cannot get it back. Health, you can, be cured or healed. Relationship can be restored, repaired, but time lost is gone forever. So by choosing not to invest in this year, you are losing the most lucrative year to compound, and you can never get it. By choosing to wait 2 years, you are losing the 2 most lucrative and best year to compound, and you can never get it back. By choosing to wait 10 years, you're losing the 10 best years to compound and you can never get it back. John first dollar became 69K, second dollar 65K, not bad. Mary first dollar only 38K, Mary last dollar only grew 1 year, $700 over of interest, nothing much to compound. Can you see the power of starting earlier? So some of you may be telling me, some of my clients will be telling me, Kimpei, I don't want to be John or Mary, I want to be John and Mary. Okay, very smart. You don't want to save for 10 years or 20 years, you want to save for 30 years, can or not? Can. So therefore, I can do an interim summary here. If you were to save 1K per month at 6% over 30 years, you'll be getting John $500,000 and Mary $500,000. Add together, you get how much? $1 million. So today, before you go, not just you will learn the 5 Ps from me. Today, Renette, Timothy, SK, Victor, Winston, and Trudy, the rest your alumni, so you all may remember. So today, before you go, you will know that how do you become a millionaire, Trudy, Winston? By saving 1K per month at 6% over 30 years, you get $1 million. Some of you will be saying, hey, Kimpei, I'm already 50, I'm already 60, I'm already 70, I'm already 80. Then how? I'm not saying that you're too late. The moral of the story is not about, I'm not 30, I cannot. I'm not 40, I cannot. The moral of the story is today is the best year to compound. Today is the best time to compound. Today is the best moment to get started on managing your finances, not tomorrow. Today is the best. All right, so let me summarize John and Mary, and this is only one of the 200 over concepts and frameworks that I have over the 5 days I'm happy to share with you guys. So if you were to invest 1K per month at 6%, 30 years later, you get $1 million. But actually, the first 10 years gives you more than $500,000. You're like John. And the next 20 long years, I'll give you what? Less than $500,000 like Mary. Okay, so let's play this. Winston, don't mind, you can unmute. We role play a little bit, Winston. So Winston, if you can unmute. Okay, thanks, Winston. So Winston, so if you save 1K per month at 6%, 30 years later, you get 1 million. But actually, the first 10 years give you more than $500,000. And the next 20 long years give you less than $500,000, Winston. So Winston, if you only need $500,000 to retire, assuming you only need $500,000 to retire, question, Winston, would you want to use the first 10 years to get the $500,000, or you want to use 20 long years just to get the same $500,000? Which one would you prefer?
First one.
First one, very good. Can you share the reasons why? Because?
Compounding.
Compounding. Yeah, very good. You're absolutely right, Winston. It's shorter, better, shorter time, put lesser year, you get the same, right? In fact, the first year is the best year, second year, the second best year, and so on and so forth, right, Winston? So, Winston, yes. When is the best time to get started? The answer is?
Start early.
As early as possible. Congratulations, you got the answer right. Thank you so much, Winston. You can mute back with it. So this is a simple 1 minute John and Mary presentation that I scatter throughout the 5 days workshop, right? With many of 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute presentation. A lot. And it's not just sales technique to close a case, answer objection kind of sales technique. No. These are planning concepts that's useful to educate the client to do what is right for their finances. This is just one example. Okay, so what's the rules of compounding? It's the 8 wonders of the world. Lord Rothschild said this. Albert Einstein also said this. It's the 8 wonders of the world. It's always harder to work for money, right? But it's easier to invest early and let your money work for you. So don't wait anymore. Procrastination is a financial cancer, all right? It eats away your financial life without you even knowing. You blink of an eye, 10 years is over, 15 years is over, 20 years is over, all right? But of course, the higher the return, the more sensitive, so take calculated risk. So what we learned so far over these 1.5 hours, number one, simplified sophistication, the jigsaw puzzle. How much is it worth? Can worth 5K, 10K, 100K per month. Number two, immediate application. You must synthesize it, simplify it such that 1 minute, 3 minutes, you can present impactful presentation that claim, damn, wow, they want to take the corrective action or the right action that's good for their finances. So these are first 2 keys. The third key, which I know some of you, you're very excited about this money personality, all right? It's money personality and money language. So some of you, you have received, right, the money personality test kit, and some of you, your alumni, you have it. If you have it, can you please like wave it, bring out, now is the time to take out the cards. We will use the next 10 to 15 minutes to play this card, all right? The next 10 minutes, I don't think it'll be 15 minutes, the next 10 minutes to play this card, okay? So can you bring this out? I know some of you, we have mailed it to you already, please take it out. Okay, so if you can, right, so take out your cards. I'm going to play this card game with you right now. So for those with the card, please take it out. For those who you're my alumni, you have it. Hopefully you have not lost it, so it's still somewhere there. Okay, not try to imagine, okay? Okay, so I'm going to guide you all to play this game. For those who do not have this card, some of you don't have this card, during our 1 day or our 3 day, 1 day wealth planning or 3 day masterclass, this is part of your courseware that will deliver it to you. This is part of your courseware. All right. So if you do not have it, but after today you learn a bit, but you can't diagnose yourself. You learn about it, but you cannot diagnose yourself. If you sign up for the 1 day or 3 days, we will deliver this to you. Then you also can play. You also can diagnose yourself, so you can learn all this. Okay. So don't shuffle. Don't shuffle. These are the steps. The steps are all there, but listen to me. Listen to me. Right. You open up. The first page is the cover page. You put it aside. Okay. There's some description you can read. The second 2 pages is more instruction, why use, who should use, ideas to use, what's in the card. The 2 green pages put aside. So the 1 cover, 2 green put aside. Now what's inside the box will be the next 3 blue cards. These cards we need it. So if you can see, they say how to play, how to interpret, thinking pointers. But don't worry about that one, you can read later on. But I want you to turn it around. You can see that that's me, that's sometimes me, and that's not me. Can you all see that? Yes? Okay, that's the one that I want you to place it on your table facing you. Oh, so place it on the table. That's me, that's sometimes me, that's not me facing you. Okay, are you all good? Okay, for those with the cards. So now you have your 3 blue cards in front of you. That's me, that's sometimes me, that's not me facing you. Okay, now then the 8 yellow cards are, what are these 8 yellow cards? They will actually describe each of the 6 money personality and some general cards. Later on, after you diagnose your money personality, you will need to read your yellow cards. If they are security, giving, spontaneous, status, carefree, and planning, you will have 1 or 2 dominant money personality. Later on, after you diagnose yourself, then you read. You will be able to read the advantages of your personality. You'll be able to read your disadvantages of your personality. And if you can relate to the disadvantages, you turn it around, they'll share with you some exercises and activities you can do to overcome the disadvantages. Right, so this one later on akan datang. So what's happening now? Your 1 cover away, 2 green away, 3 blue in front of you. That's me, sometimes me, that's not me facing you. And the yellow cards you put aside first. What's the rest, my dear friends? The rest are all the statement card statements. 1 whole stack, right? There's no right, no wrong. I need you all to go through all of the cards, 100% of the cards, clear all of the cards. So you need to shuffle. If it's your brand new deck of cards, please shuffle until you're happy. Now you can do the Tusen thingy to shuffle. All right. So you can shuffle until you're happy already. What do you do when you say clear? You turn it around. Okay. Then you read the statement. Maybe this one is, sometimes I regret the way I spend my money or the risk I've taken. Okay. If you think this is you, you put this card in the that's me. If you think this is not you, you put into the sometimes me. And that's not me. If you think this is sometimes you, you put into the sometimes me. You all follow? So like that, you clear 1 card. Then you have to clear a 2nd card. You have to clear a 3rd card. You have to clear all of the cards. So do it as fast as you can intuitively. Don't worry about accuracy. Just a simple practice today. Tonight you have time to slowly do it again. Then maybe it's a bit more accurate. Instinctively put the card in. Don't think too much. Just intuitively. After you clear all the cards, listen to my instruction. After you clear all the cards, don't worry about the that's not me and sometimes me. Focus on the that's me. Focus on the that's me. I will need 10 to 15 cards there. If you have more than 15, reduce it. If you have less than 10, increase it. You should have 10 to 15 cards on the that's me. Sometimes me, that's not me, put it aside. Then when you have 10 to 15, then you turn it around. You see all these, what spontaneous planning, status, and security. The highest number of cards is the one that you're dominant. The least card is the one that are not so dominant. I want to pause here. Trudy, you got it. Victor, you got it. Darren, you got it. The rest of you got it. Ken? Okay. For those who are my alumni, this is a refresher. Okay, so I want you to start now to clear all the cards already. Then the moment you finish clearing, if you don't mind, you can type out your number of cards in the Zoom chat. I'll give you a sample. Let me stop share now. I'll give you a sample so that you know what I meant when I say that I want you to type into the Zoom chat this sample. All right. Okay, so it's inside your Zoom chat for your reference. This is what I wanted from you after you finish clearing all your cards and counting your That's Me stack. You should have at least 10, not more than 15. Okay, you have less than 10, then increase it. If you have more than 15, reduce it. Okay. Now, I know some of you, you've already done this before, and some of you, you did not choose to purchase this deck of cards for tonight's preview. What I'll do now is I'll do a little bit of teaching, and maybe if you have questions from what I've been teaching since just now until now, feel free to ask me any questions now while the rest are doing their money personality exercise, right? Their money habitudes. So I will wait for just that few, like Trudy, Victor, Darren, and a few of you to complete and type into the Zoom chat. Then we'll continue our sharing a little bit more. Okay. Now, but for the rest, I know you are like waiting for the rest to do, right? So what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of teaching so that we can progress a bit of learning moments. Okay. But this is a good moment if you all want to ask any questions, whether regarding what I've done or maybe outside the scope of what I've done. This is a good moment while we're waiting for our other students to do their money personality. If not, I'll just continue. So feel free to ask questions. Okay, so there are 6 money personality. Okay, 6. I will revisit all this for those who are doing their work now. I'll revisit all this quickly later on, no problem. So there are 6 money personality. There's security, spontaneous, status, giving, carefree, and planning. Now, security money helps you feel safe and secure. That means you ATM, wow, got 50K, 10K, 100K inside, you feel very safe and secure. See money, you feel safe and secure. Intuitively, you can know the pros and cons of this personality already. They don't anyhow overspend. They do keep money properly, but they tend to keep too much sometimes. When they have enough, they still feel don't have enough. When they have too much, they still feel don't have enough. Then they continue hot and hot and hot, hot and hot and hot to feel safe and secure. So therefore, their money might be eroded by inflation. Their duration of security may be short-term, how about long-term? So hence, they may not lay a foundation for their future security because they're preoccupied with their today's security. So their rate of return usually will be on the low end also. And then how much then is enough? How much then is you feel safe and secure? So hence, it's good that you don't overspend, you're prudent, you're conservative, but it's not so good because it's eroded by inflation. You did not lay a foundation for the rest of your life. So this is a pros and cons of such a security-based money personality, which of course you can read the yellow cards now. There, you know, they will write a little bit. Now, next, how about spontaneous? Spontaneous people, I enjoy with them. Money helps you, encourage you to enjoy the moment. They're fun people to be with. Then they use their money to the fullest, their hard-earned money. They spend it to enjoy maximum. So YOLO, right? You only live once, not so much of FOMO, okay? So since they use their hard-earned money to enjoy a good lifestyle. So again, intuitively and logical deduction, you will know that are they overspending or not? Did they lay a foundation for their future or not? You'll be immediately thinking of that. Now, how about status? Money creates a positive image of yourself. So it's good. So you buy good things, durable things, you buy nice things, you dress well, you carry well, you drive well, you stay well. It's very good. Positive image of yourself. So you feel happy and comfortable about your self-esteem and a positive image of yourself. So that's a good thing. But what's the not so good thing? Then we may slant towards what? Materialistic just using external material things to cover up our personal insecurity overspending on branded things things like that. So status, good, but also not so good. How about giving? Money helps you feel good by giving to others. Very good. So you bless other people. Well done. I'm very happy to be around you. Then maybe you can give to me. So then, or I help you to give to people. Very good. But what if you give not out of abundance, but you give out of lack? What you give not unconditionally, but you give thinking that someone must use it the way you prefer them to do. You exercise some form of influence and control. And when people don't do it the way you want them to do it, then you feel angry, unhappy. Or what if you give where you can? But when you yourself need, then they never help you back. Wow. So you're angry, things like that. So pros and cons about giving. How about carefree? Money is not a priority. You don't even care to think about it. Not a priority. Don't even care to think about it. For those who are not carefree, when you read this, the misconception is, oh, he must be very rich. That's why you don't need to care about money. Not true. Those who are carefree are not necessarily wealthy. They may be high income, middle income, can be low income. But to them, there are other things that's more important than money. And their admin not so good one. So they don't know how much they earn. They don't know how much they spend. They'll say things like relationship more important. They'll say things like experiences and enjoying the moment more important. So they'll say other things. Because money is not everything in their life. Money is not priority. And they didn't even think about it. I have clients who are master holder, dean of IP school. Solid one, right? When I do money planning, we earn about 10 over K, 15K. I don't know how much I earn. I don't know how much I spend. Every year, my wife is here. That's why I'm here. Can you quickly get it over and done with? I won't go home already. She'll have enough. Never mind. I think she'll have enough. Like that, he feel that, not important. I got other things to worry about. He's hungry already. He's tired already. I won't go back and sleep. I want to spend time with kids. He want to go overseas. Like that. Money is not his priority. So doesn't mean he's educated. Doesn't mean he's rich. Doesn't mean he's poor. He's just not his priority. All right. Now, the last one, planning. Money helps you achieve your goal. Okay. Planning, money helps you achieve your goal. So money is a resource to help you achieve your goal. What's the pros and cons of this? The pros is you're a good planner. You plan to achieve your goal. Very good. What's the cons? If you have met a client who is a planning personality, right? Highly likely he has already started using his money to achieve his goal. The question is whether that strategy is a proven strategy, that method is a time-tested method. That means he may have used unproven and untested strategies and methodologies already towards his goal, and he might be burnt before already. And this is my experiences with people who are planning money personality. No problem talking to them about planning, but it's guiding them on the right strategy to use towards their essential needs using proven and tested. All right. So there's no right, no wrong. There's pros and cons for each. Okay, I hope I bought some time for Trudy, Victor, Darren, who you all bought the cards. Darren, you all wanted to do the cards. I do not know how's your progress now. When you're done with clearing all the cards, and then you counted the That's Me cards, which is hopefully between 10 to 15. All right. Even if it's a little bit more, in the interest of time, doesn't matter. You just key in what I'm asking for inside the Zoom chat. At least we can proceed along, then we can, learn other things as well. All right. So let me continue. Money personality. Besides diagnosing yourself, do you think it's important to diagnose your partners? Yes. Okay. So there might be differences in the couple money management. Differences in the couple money management. For example, the husband could be planning security. You may have two dominant, not just one. So maybe planning is his main dominant. Security is a second dominant. Then the wife is spontaneous and carefree. Okay, something to work on already. Or it could be the other way around. The wife is security based and a bit of giving. Then the husband is what? Carefree and spontaneous, or carefree and status. Wow, then got problem already. So what we are trying to do is to find the Venn diagram, the two circles. We can find overlap. Then you as an advisor come in to draw the third circle. Okay, how do we do that? Listen carefully. This is a strategy. So this could be the husband circle, whatever is his personality. This is the wife one. We try to find the overlap. Sometimes don't have overlap one, sometimes have some, usually have some. Then this is what I do as a financial advisor. I will do this. So I find a common point. I try to widen the common point. How do I widen the common point? when I do the 5Ps, right? The house, what is the minimum? There's a must have, there's a good to have. We talk about the must have first. I want the 5-bedroom condo. No lah, 5-room flat can already. Okay, we start with a 5-room flat first. Okay, a house. Settle on the lower common denominator. That's my point. I repeat again, lower common denominator. Then the essential needs. The husband wants 10K. The wife said 8K, but you count, actually, maybe combine 5K is enough. So we find the lower common denominator. Let's say 5K per month retirement for joint. But that's today, with inflation count to the future will be more, but that's today. Then luxury, maybe. Let's discuss a little bit, just a bit more, X dollar. Then legacy, they have their own small little giveaway, their HDB flat, their CPF nomination, some term plan to give away, and some jewelry or valuable articles. And then they build their own personal protection plan. So what do? I stretch the common point to be a bit more. Then the husband, if there's spare cash, he can use it to fulfill his extra. The wife, you use your spare cash to fulfill your extra. Then I can guide a little bit using my space of influence to guide this one. That's where my Venn diagram will come in. So there are 3% talking rather than 2%. Okay, Judy, done. Your dad's me got 21. Okay, ideally we should have 15 now. Now, never mind. Let's use your 21. Can you turn behind and see your dominant most cards? Which is what? That one. Most cards. So you turn it behind, you see there are 6 different types, right? You count. The one with the most number of cards. Come to me. Sometimes me, that's not me, don't need, just that's me. By right should be reduced to 15, but today in the interest of time, we keep your 21, doesn't matter. Come. You can unmute and share. Maybe it's faster. The one with the most number of cards, come. No right, no wrong.
Security.
Sorry?
Security.
Security, how many cards?
8.
8. Wow, that's many. Okay, then the second dominant?
The status.
Status, okay, is your second dominant. How many cards?
6.
6. Okay, your third dominant?
Planning.
Planning, how many?
5.
5. Do you have any cards that any personality don't have cards? You have all 6?
Yeah, I think I have all 6.
You have all 6, just varying degree.
Yeah.
Okay, so today, after this session, you try to look through the 21 and remove those that's not really you want, put into the sometimes me. Keep only up to 15 that's really you. So it's more focused. Then you turn around and count again. The one with the most number of cards is your dominant money personality. The one with the second is the second dominant, and so on and so forth. For those who do not have the cards, should you sign for the 1 day or the 3 days, you'll be given the cards. We'll go through this again. In fact, a lot more detailed than what I'm going through today. A lot more detail. All right. So with this, right, I want to go back again. So for Trudy and Darren and Victor and some of you who were just now focused on doing the cards, you may have missed out what I just shared. So there are 6 money personality. Security, money helps you feel safe and secure, like Trudy. So when you have money, it helps you still feel safe and secure. Some of your friends might be spontaneous. They want to enjoy the moment. Status, like yourself, you have 6 just now. Positive image of yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Just be mindful of the spending. Giving, money helps you feel good. Carefree is not a priority, so it's not you. But your planning, also one of the third dominant. That's why you're here. You want to see how you can manage your money. Money helps you to achieve your goal. So the consideration here is this, is we might be different from other people. So it's important to know yourself and know your significant other. All right. This is not your risk profile. Your risk profile could be high risk, low risk, moderate risk. Is different from this money habitudes. Now, listen carefully. This money habitudes, right, is money habits and attitudes, your money personality. It diagnoses who you are now, but it does not tell you why you are like that today. It doesn't tell you the root cause of why you're like that today. And usually it's due to your childhood or past experiences. Could be a traumatic one moment. It could be throughout over a period of time. I'll give you one example, especially if your parents here. Imagine this. Imagine there's a father and mother within a year short of a child who's, let's say, 5 years old. Listen carefully. So let's say this 5-year-old girl overheard what the father and mother is talking in the streets, and the mother said this. Listen to what I'm going to say. The mother said this. Ayah, the rich people like that one. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Okay. Do you all hear what I just said? Within the earshot of a 5-year-old child, the mother said this. Ayah, the rich people like that one. Never mind, never mind. Okay, what did she say? Rich people. What did she say? Like that one. Is it positive or negative tone? Negative tone. What do you think will be imbued, soaked into the minds of the young child? I love my father and mother. I want them to like me. They seem to, rich people like that one, like the no good one. So rich people is no good. So I don't want to be no good. I don't want to be like that one. So I don't want to be rich. Very subtle, subconscious or unconscious. This is what we call the poverty mindset that's being sown into the minds of many people. Many people. It's not very obvious when you talk to them, but after a while, it will surface. It can be due to insecurity. It could be to a traumatic childhood or a challenging childhood, or it could be due to just parents unconsciously downloaded all these things over their lifetime to the kid, who feel that they don't deserve more or they cannot achieve more, or that's it that they can, that's their ceiling in their life. No, it's not like we should be an abundant mindset and the sky's the limit. Nothing is impossible. We can do that, you see. So hence, this is important to know all this to break the mental ceiling about money. So we are not here to do that. We're here to take what we have of our client and then do the best we can do now. You want to break this mindset. There are some workshops that's 2-3 days to break the mindset on, to understand the root cause of your values and belief. Then you unearth it and then you believe for more. This one will take a long time. So as a role of a financial planner, we may not need to gravitate towards that, but at least today you know they're good or not so good, in what area, and then we can advise from here forth. Now, next thing that I want to share is relevant examples that can speak to them. And if you yourself, these are relevant examples that speak to you, I'll give you some quick examples. During the 1-day and 3-day class, I'll give you the entire word bank. But today, just a quick example. If I'm talking to a planning person, right, very easy. We plan for the future, like I mentioned earlier, they just need guidance on what are the right proven strategies and the tested methodologies for their essential needs. They just need guidance. So that's why I'll rationalize with them the model portfolio investment, portfolio management, dollar cost averaging, and beating the benchmark and stuff like that. So very hardcore investment planning stuff, which in the 3-day masterclass, the day 2, whole day on that RETIRE on the proven and tested from start to end until enter into retirement. So then they are guided in a strategic and tactical level. Oh, this is how they should do. Then anything more, they're free to take risks. And no matter what happened to their risky ventures, their base is secure. So planning people, I'll talk like that. And this is an excellent way to manage for planner. I'm a planning person myself. Now, security person, like I mentioned earlier, they just maybe hop too much or a bit conservative. So they are not wrong to keep money, to make them feel safe and secure. But the concern is how about their lifetime financial security? So my choice of word will be sounding like that. So Mr. Tan or Ms. Tan, besides ensuring financial security for today, what about financial security for tomorrow and laying a foundation of your financial security for the rest of your life? So financial security is not just for this month, next month, today, tomorrow, but for tomorrow and for the rest of your life. Because today you are working, but one day the winter of your life will come, right? When 60, 65 come. So you work from 25, 35 until 60, 65. After that, 60, 65 until 1995, you will not be working. The winter of your life will come. Are you ready for that now? So have you ensured and laid a foundation for your financial security that lasts for the rest of your life? Can you see what is lifetime financial security? It's still retirement planning, but I don't use the term retirement planning. Because she'll be thinking, I'm selling an investment plan, I'm trying to earn commission. I'm not. I'm generally trying to help the person, but the lingo doesn't work. So you all know DISC, MBTI, all this, right? So you all know yourself, you know how to talk to other people. Now you're applying the same principle, but in money terms. All right. So in module, in 1 day or the 3-day, I'll give you a Word document of a word bank, a series of words that you can choose to speak for people who are planning security, carefree, spontaneous, status, and giving. All right. Okay, so again, money happy tips, you can do one-to-one, you can do follow-up, you can do it for marriage. I've done it before in a crowd of 80 couples in a marriage retreat conference. I enjoy doing that, right? So in pairs or small groups. So these are various ways you can apply these cards. Okay, my dear friends, what have we learned so far? I know time is running out. I still want to give time for Q&A. What have we learned so far? Number one, simplified sophistication, a one-page framework, all right, that y'all can say worth 5, 8K, 100K per month. Immediate application so that you can immediately use it for your own finances, so that you lead by example and can use it for your clients. And third is you must understand your own personality. You must understand your client's personality. Then you can speak their language that resonate with them, rather than you keep speaking your own planning language. Very typical of financial planners. You will use planning language because you are a planning personality normally. And it's a planning session doing financial planning with your client who's doing planning. So you keep using planning lingo and planning terminology. That is not the best way. You should learn to diagnose your client's money personality and use their lingo. And the money personality test kit is a good way to do that. All right. Okay, let me play this video and let you all hear of some testimonies beside what you all heard from Delphine and Yumei already, of what other people say about our cash flow workshops.
I find it very systematic, concise, and very easily applied to the practice. So for the concise part, because it's usually in a framework or with acronyms, and it's very easy for us to remember. It has benefited because a lot of the concepts are very easy to be plug and played into the appointments. So besides that, it also helps as a case opening, or it gives them a different perspective from what they have heard before from other advisors, or even like websites out there. Yeah. And no need to hesitate because you can immediately apply after you come.
All right. So let me continue. So this is okay, just in case you think we staged this one, we did not. It was the middle of a class while my friend came to video. Okay, then we take a break, and then after that just ask, and then she just spontaneously on the spot. So it's unscripted. Later we see another video, also unscripted, just like that. So it's genuine doorstop style one. So I like it this way. So it's not yeah. A bit of post-production to put the subtitle, that's all. But as genuine as they can share. And just now also, Yumei and Delphine, when they shared, was unscripted. They didn't even know I'm going to ask them to say that. I didn't even know that they are here until or just now Kyra told me you are coming. So very thankful that you are here. Right. So for those who are considering the 1 day, the 3 days, or 3+2, you see this is done with more than 20 years of research and field testing, thousands of clients through myself personally or other financial advisors through me who have applied, and many of you have testified earlier on. So there are more than 200 planning and sales ideas, more than 40 trademarks and copyrights. Heavy lifting done for you already, all right? So you can just plug and play like just now what Sherry said. So in the market, there are people who teach you how to sell product, teach you how to sell concept. If you go for CIP and HFC, yes, it's very good, but it's very knowledge-based and not easy to simplify. 200-300 pages per module, and my goodness, how do you simplify? Not easy, right? So hence in the market, there's this thing called the competency gap. We want the comprehensiveness of CIP, HFC, but yet we want to speak to our clients and deliver at the simplicity of product and concept selling. So you have a competency gap. And I believe my conviction is the notion of a framework has successfully solved this big issue of getting comprehensiveness yet deliver at the simplicity of product and concept selling through a notion of a framework. One page, simplified sophistication. So what's next, you may be asking. So allow me to quickly share. Like Yumei and Delphine has went through the 5 modules, 10 days, 10 days with me. So there are 2 full days workshop, facilitation, fun learning, right? Taught in the adult learning, active learning style. So it looks something like this. And this coming 1 day while planning, we are going to do it live rather than through Zoom. All right. So we are booking a LRI room. So feel free to get yourself, even your clients, because now the Skillsfuture credit can be used for consumer as well, not just financial advisors. Consumer also can use the Skillsfuture. Just now we did say how much does a jigsaw puzzle cost? 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, 100,000, right? Okay lah. I give discount lah. Let's assume it's only 2,500. Cannot, I underestimate already. But there's only one framework, right? How about the second framework, another 2,500 protection framework? How about another framework is another 2,500? How about another framework is another 2,500? Like that, my dear friends, this 4th framework is worth at least 10K. Agree? Because one framework, you can use it for many, many months for the rest of your working career. So 10,000, but am I charging you $10,000? Of course not. So previously, indeed, it is $10,000 Yi Mei and Delphine went through. But today, listen carefully, I'm not going to do it over 4 modules over 8 days. Sorry, it's a typo. It's not 4 modules over 8 days. But now we compact into 2 options, a 1-day option and a 3-day option. So listen to me how the pricing works. A 1-day option or a 3-day option. So this 1-day option, now instead of $10,000, it will be reduced to only $2,000 because it's only 1 day rather than 8 days. Now this $2,000 comes with CPD hours of 7.5. Now this is before funding. So your funding can be up to 70%, 50 or 70%, and that's before Skillsfuture Credit and even NTUC UTAP of up to 50% of your cash component. You say, wow, keeping like that. Wow, a lot. How do you count? How do you count? So plus if you sign up today, you talk to Kyra, will give you an additional deal if you sign up today. Say, oh, today is already 10 p.m. Yes, today. Okay, until 2359. Okay, the offer will last till then. So then what if you DIY, you want to do it yourself? Now, my dear friends, it cost me 6 figure. Okay, it cost me countless of hours of research and countless of testing with thousands of clients. One thing you can never get back is time. Do you want to pay by learning from me and others, or you want to pay by doing the next 20 years yourself? You see, so if you close just one case, you cover back a few $100 already. But if you don't sign up now, then when you only revert back to the old way. So I encourage you all to talk to Kyra today and sign up now and secure the funding as well as the offer and the discount that we offer only for today. All right, so I know I promised to give you all time to ask Q&A, but now it's 10:08 already. I'm mindful of time. For those who need to go, thank you so much for your time. But for those who have some questions, especially some burning questions, if you don't mind, I'm still available now and I'm happy to take your questions. But for those who need to go, please feel free. Don't feel paiseh to leave. Thank you so much for coming, and I will let Kyra follow up with you for you to reach out to her to ask her the details of the offer that we just have had, whether it's a 1 day or is it a 3 days. Now, if you're alumni, have cleared all 5 modules, right, there's an even better deal than the one that we just offered. So you can talk to Kyra about it. Ken? Yeah, Iris, thanks for refresher. Oh, okay, SK asks, is this useful course for non-financial professionals? The answer is yes, SK. When I designed this, it's not just for financial advisors. It's designed that's so simple that just now, all that I went through just now, right? Can you see that although I'm teaching financial advisors, but can you understand John and Mary? I'm sure you can. Can you understand the 5P? I'm sure you can. Can you understand the money personality? I'm sure you can. Do you find these 3 things of use to you? I'm sure you find so. And you will experience this over the 1 day or over the 3 days. Yes, it is applicable for you as well. Yes. Timothy asked, the 1 day is in person. Yes. How about the 3-day class? When we have enough packs, we will do a full physical class. You can indicate to Kyra your preference. Because some still prefer Zoom. Some say, yeah, Zoom fatigue already. 2 hours, they don't mind Zoom like tonight, but they want it to be live. Then if there's enough demand for it, we'll go for it. So it depends the mix of the class. What do they prefer? If they want live class, then we'll do live class. If they prefer Zoom, then we'll do Zoom. So you can indicate your preference, Timothy, to Kyra. Yeah, continue to ask your questions. Thanks for your questions. For those who need to go, it's fine. But for those with questions, please feel free to ask. Yeah, you may anything, Trudy, anything, Delphine, Winston, Victor, Timothy, you're okay. Okay, good. Iris, thanks for coming. SK, yeah, feel free to ask. Can be practice, can be personal life, can be finance, can be retirement, can be about the course, can be the funding. Yeah, feel free. Anyone else? I pause for a while. Shelley said, can take out the offer tomorrow. No, the brain cannot work already. You need go with Kyra lah. The last I heard she like coffee lah. You just hello with Kyra. You just talk to Kyra. You PM her now. so that she's aware of your interest. Huh? Yeah. Okay, I think we are about good. We are about here already. If not, I just release everyone. Okay, I really want to appreciate. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. For those who are alumni, I appreciate. So happy to see you again. I hope this is a good refresher. I hope this is useful. Be open to come for the 1 day, 3 days as a more compact and comprehensive refresher. We have a good deal for you. Otherwise, thank you so much, everyone. I hope to see you either in the 1 day or the 3 days. Thank you. Bye-bye.